3 things I wish I knew when I started write. 1. It takes less time than it seems. Not years, but months, sometimes even weeks. That is an estimate of the capabilities of a writer who has a full-time main job. Suppose you are reading this article or watching my videos or audio. In that case, you are probably working a regular full-time or part-time job or busy with home and family, which is a full-time job for a woman. And you write or want to write stories and publish them. So there you go. You will find time for your stories, you absolutely will. To begin with, write down the idea of a story and then evaluate whether it will be a long or short story. Then, write down the basic script of the story and flesh out sections with more detailed descriptions of events. Opla, you have your story outline ready. Now sit down and write what you think. If the story does not go according to the plan, write it anyway. Your subconscious leads you exactly where you need to go for this story. This happens to me a lot. 2. If a story goes differently than planned. You plan one line of development for the story. Then, in writing it, the character's behavior or the circumstances surrounding them suddenly change. Why this happens to my stories, I do not know. But I always plan how the story develops, which constantly changes. That is what creativity is all about. 3. The time to create a single short story varies from 1 hour to several days. Yes, until everything you want to say and how you want to say it fits into one logical line of that story. A short story is about only one event in the character's life or characters. For example, a meeting or some activity. Everything in a short story is short. I write them in lengths ranging from one standard 350-word page to 5,000 words. What I cannot predict is how long the short story will be. You may be able to plan your stories and their length better, but I prefer to write a short story as it arises in my imagination and not fill it up with words to get the missing number of words to a particular story length. That is why the time it takes to work on a short story can take as little as 1 hour, if it is just a couple pages of text, or a week. But a week could not be spent only writing a story. It could be spent thinking about its central theme and creating a story of that scene or incident in your imagination. Drafting that story down may take only a couple of hours. The rest of the time it takes to file it, edit it, create, or commission a cover for it or the short story collection it will go into, and upload it to an online resource from which readers or listeners can get it. I hope you find these tips helpful. Stay tuned. I will post more on the behind the scenes topic. You can ask me something about writing in comments to this video or offer a theme you are interested in about writing tips or writer life.